The clock strikes 12, I step into the haze. Whispers call me from 1,000 graves. Shadows dance in corners out of sight. I chase the unknown deep into the night. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. A flicker, a chill, a shadowed hand. The unseen lingers where I stand. Through creaking doors and empty halls, I hear the echoes of forgotten calls. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. And the eyes that watch from a place unreal, a touch so cold it makes you feel they're near but hidden, veiled in shade. I walk with ghosts, I'm unafraid. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Bizarre and the Unknown. I'm your host, E.D. Testerman. I got to thinking earlier today, I don't go out and celebrate New Year's anymore. Okay, Corey, give me a minute and I'll send you the link, bro. Actually, I might be able to just put it in. Give me a second. Let me copy and paste it and I'll put it in the link and you can come on, man. There you go, Corey. Yes, Griff, I sent you two of them. One's a new book idea, and the other one's the finished part of chapter 16. But I don't go out and celebrate New Year's anymore. So I was like, what can be a fun new tradition for bringing in the new year? And I was like, why don't we to get together and just yeah, yeah, I don't have it on, do I? I'm sorry, I forgot to put it on. But never. How about we get together and celebrate, bring in a New Year's a new way, and that's us just getting on, shooting the BS and having a good time, talking cryptids, mythological and paranormal and mythological, and why not do that? Why do we need to go out to the bars and waste money? Why do we need to go out and take a chance of getting pulled over and getting a ticket? Why not have a get together every New Year's and on a live and have fun that way? So why not? I just kind of last minute, I kind of talked to Roxanne a little bit about it. I said, I'm kind of thinking about doing a live for New Year's. So I hope you guys like this. If this is something that you guys enjoy, let's plan on doing this every New Year's. This will be our New Year's get together. So I figured, why the hell not? So we'll give it a shot. Give me a second here. Let me get caught up on the comments here. Yeah, Amy, I didn't even think about putting it on, man. I hope you guys don't mind it. Not going out, but my daughter and I are toasting with a wine cooler normally. And we don't drink. No worries, Marcy. Hey, Corey, how's it going, brother? Yeah, Marcy. Oh, thank you, Amy. I haven't gone to New Year's and it's amateur night. Yeah, I don't go out and drink anymore. I like to have a drink or two here at the house, but the Marine Corps put me in rehab. Huh?
I said that's what I'm doing.
Griff is partially a high and tight. I do my own haircut, so it's a high and tight, but it's actually I've got it long in the back. So it's kind of hard to see with this lighting, but I've got it long in the back. I just keep it backwards. It's my reverse Trump comb over, I guess you can say. with my mall pattern baldness going on. Well, Corey, I mean, I want to let you guys know we may have a special appearance with Jessica Jones later on tonight. If she's able to go live, she's at the Great Georgia Possum Drop, New Year's Possum Drop. And if she's able to broadcast that live, she'll be joining us. We'll have that to watch too for the East Coast New Year's. So we'll see if she's able to get service in there, but I think this will be fun. Corey, how you been, my brother?
I've been good, man. I got me a high and tight too, dude. I did it myself. Can't you tell?
I don't mind. I'm too damn poor to afford a haircut, so I'm like, I got dog clippers. I'm like, dog clippers is the same as human clippers.
They're better. Animal clippers are better than the ones you buy for people.
Yeah. Oh, Jonaside. Yeah, I got a little bit of meat in the fridge. Yeah, bro. Amy, yes, I do like vanilla cappuccino, but caramel cappuccino is my favorite. I'll be breaking out the meat in a little bit, Jonaside. I went around yesterday to my friend's house, passing out party hats and horns. No, that's awesome. Oh, the bear. Yeah. I did the barracks cut, Griff. You're absolutely right.
Main house, I'm a chameleon.
Huh?
I told Main House I'm a chameleon.
You're a chameleon.
I can look completely different whenever I want. I'm like an assassin.
Hey, I'm even being New Year's cool. And for YouTube, this is apple juice, adult apple juice. But I'm being New Year's cool today, folks.
I'm drinking Cayman Jack apple juice.
I'll be honest, Reach. The only reason why I'm not drinking out of this right now, like I normally am, is I can't find my stand. My stand is mysteriously vanished like a fart in the wind. Normally, I'm drinking out of this right here. I love this. But, down canceled line. Hell yeah, Griff. I pay for the beard trim, but never the haircut is past due. I do all my own. This is all me. I'm just too damn poor. I mean, let's face facts. I mean, I just ain't got the money. I used to, but the way the economy is and the way I'm struggling at the moment until I can get caught back up. Hey, me and Snow share clippers. I stand to, yeah. So how's things been going in the area? My idea for this show, everybody, is we love cryptids. We love paranormal. We love supernatural. We love the mythological. So let's bring in the new year talking about what we love. So you guys got questions? Let's come in. I cut my own hair too. Hell yeah. let's bring in a new year doing what we love, talking about what we love. If you want to talk about my books, you want to talk about my investigations, you want to talk about this other stuff, that's what it's for. I'm so blessed that my good brother Corey here is joining me. Let's have fun, folks. Let's make this a yearly tradition. So, you had anything going on in your neck of the woods, bro?
Just some strange stuff outside. I generally haven't gone out and played with it here lately, since the weather got cold. But just some odd stuff, whistling from across the highway. Let's see, what was it? Oh yeah, I heard something doing this the other night.
Oh,
out there in the dark. I was like, what the hell?
What?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I ain't never heard that before. That's a new one.
Hell yeah. I mean, I've heard that, but I've heard people report about it, but I personally have not heard that.
Dude, of all the things I've seen and heard, man, that kind of freaked me out. Like, I've been touched on the leg and stuff by an entity, and I've been, I've heard little kids laughing out there, but that one got me, man. I thought it was somebody out there messing with me.
No kidding. Man, I'll tell you, something has returned at my house. You remember last year when I caught them Bigfoot vocals?
Yeah.
What I was going after? That single, loud, very, very, very loud wolf owl. It's back. It has come back.
Right? So it must be something moving through seasonal, huh?
I'm thinking it's Dogman.
Yeah, moving through seasonal, like coming back through.
I'm wondering if that's not what jacked up all them coyotes a few weeks back.
Oh, man, the coyotes are getting crazy around here. I walked outside the other night, and they're howling from all four directions in packs. And so I go outside, I take my phone out there, and I'm like, okay, they know, they're watching me, right? So when I go out, I'll be quiet and stuff. I went out and put my phone on the hood of my truck and just let it record. It recorded for 20 minutes and not one yip or howl. After I walked out and they were yipping and howling from all four directions. But they're trying to get my dog. They're trying to lure my puppy dog.
I was out back getting some firewood, bringing in the other night. And man, coyotes were so close to my house again. The same scenario as it was that day I got the Bigfoot vocals. So I hollered out, hey, shut the hell up and get the hell out of my woods and go to that damn pasture. Man, they shut up. I mean, you can hear a bunch of coyotes way off the distance when this group here was howling close by. I did. I said, shut the hell up. Go out in the damn field to hunt. Get the hell out of my woods. Man, they shut up, and I didn't hear them again for a couple hours. Then they were back in my woods again.
Dude, they're getting right up next to my house. I'm talking about right up next to the house. And I'm like, geez, but they're trying to lure my puppy dog out there to the packs, what they're doing. They're sneaky like that. They'll send a dog, or they'll send a young coyote out to play with your dog and try to lure him to the pack. And sometimes they'll do it with a female when they're in season. But this doofus, he don't even know what's happening. I used to have a big old black pit bull, man, and they'd try to lure him out there, and he'd go out there and kick some ass.
Oh yeah.
He'd come home and coughed up a pad with a claw on it one time, where he bit one of them's pad off their paw.
Oh yeah.
Man, he was a bad man jammer.
Well, the last time they were this close to the house, like come on, Elvira, you needy little putty tat. Was last year during that wolf howl. Whenever I had them coyotes to the south of me and that loud wolf to the north of me, and I was stuck in the middle with nothing but a sweatshirt or a hoodie and freaking shorts, going in an armload of wood, going. I'm in the middle of a turf war. That's how close they were. I mean, they were to the west of me this time, but they were in my woods. There's no mistaking, they were in my woods. So I hollered at them and they shut up. I mean, it was instantaneous, like, oh crap, that's a human. But it's so
balls.
weird how they're getting that close to the house.
Yeah. And like I usually go out and I'll hear them. I hear them like to the east and kind of to the south. I hear two different packs. Dude, when I walked out the other night, all four directions just yipping like crazy. And I was like, geez, I've never heard them like this before. And I know it just takes a few to sound like 10 of them. It don't take a whole large number. They just like 3 or 4 of them can sound like freaking 15.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what people don't understand.
Think about it too. On an average, 2 will sound like 4 to 6 because they change their yelp tones. So they'll sound more than what they actually are. This sounded like 4, which tells me there was probably 2 in the woods. There was at least 2 in the woods.
Yeah.
There could have been more because just the tones were way too quick to be. But 3 is probably about the max that was in the woods. But I just hollered at him, hey, shut the hell up and go to the damn field to hunt and get the hell out of my woods.
Dude, that night,
they did.
I bet there was 12 out there. And I've been around them all my life. I'm pretty keen to them, but it's the most I've ever heard at one time.
Yeah.
And it was
so weird because usually I hear just a pack at a time out here.
Yeah.
But there was that pack in my woods, and then there was packs way off in the distance to the west of me, sounded like the other side of my neighbor's field in his tree lines. So I'm like, this is new. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Usually they're out in my neighbor to the south of me's field. One of them 2 neighbors there to the south of me, they're usually in one of his fields, or they're where that other distant one was. And that's mainly where I hear them at, them 2 locations. But there was literally one pack. They were loud, so I know they were close. And then there was one off in the distance. So I'd say they're probably in my woods and the neighbor to the west of me's woods.
You know how to tell when it's a coyote or something mimicking a coyote, don't you? Coyotes,
the way the sound.
Coyotes don't echo. If you hear something sound like a coyote and it's echoing, it's not a coyote.
Yeah, I was just I'm just impressed. Because I'm like, wow, this wolf howl's back. I could have swore the other night I was hearing some whoop whoop was going off way to the south of me. And so I was like, okay, that's going to be Bigfoot. So, they're still in this area. Now I don't get none of those vocalizations, but I'm getting that wolf howl again.
Yeah. Everybody's hauled ass.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's always interesting because once I stop hearing that howl, then my Bigfoot activity picks back up again.
Yeah. They just kind of move around when old bad boy comes around.
Yeah. That shadowy figure I seen last year, it says, oh, wait, what, Corey, for real? Talking about the echoing.
Yeah. Yeah. Coyotes howl do not echo. So if you hear something trying to sound like a coyote and you hear an echo, you know it's not the coyote. It's something trying to mimic the coyote.
No, I never thought about that before, but that makes perfect sense. I've never heard a coyote's echo howl echo.
They did. No. Dude, I'll tell you what cracked me up that morning. I was laying there in bed and I had a Sasquatch out here trying to mimic an owl. And
I've heard that.
Dude, I was laying there and I didn't even get up. I started laughing, But he'd go woo 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 he'd fall. He'd go, he was doing really good till right at the end. And
Yeah.
and then he'd go.
Well, I mean, what was a couple weeks ago, I heard that really loud owl call, and I could tell it was coming from the road area. And it's a little bit of a distance between my place and the road. And
Yeah,
normally when I hear the owls coming from that area, it's not near as loud as this one. But the tone of it was so pristine. I mean, it was pretty spot on. I'm like, that is one big ass owl, or that's one really damn good mimic.
yeah. Did this one would have had me tricked if he hadn't have started falling off at the end. But I think he got a
Mm-hmm.
little upset because he could hear me laughing at him. I got
You
I
hurt
got
his
tickled.
feelings.
Yeah.
You hurt his feelings.
I got tickled. I just, I woke up to it and I was like, what the hell is that? And I thought, it's not an owl. And then I heard that, and then he'd go and fall off at the end, and I just started snickering. And he'd try to do it again, and I'd start laughing. Yeah, I bet he was getting pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun, but so I got a good question for you. With the New Year's coming upon us, what is it looking like in the world of the Boondock Mojo? What plans you got going on for this new year coming up?
Stocking up food, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a rough one, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Honestly.
get you, man. I don't think it's going to be rough in that manner. There's a lot of good things coming out. I think a lot of what we've been waiting for, and which is hard for me to talk because this is more of a rumble subject. But what I'm hearing through the lines is what we've been waiting on for the last 6 to 8 years is happening. And then all the signs they talked about that needed to happen is happening right now in order to bring this in. So
some disclosure.
It
Is that what
seems
you're
like,
talking about?
huh?
Some disclosure.
The what?
Some
No.
disclosure.
How do I put this without getting trouble on ScrewTube?
Use pig Latin.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Ete expose eliminate finance promise great filet high dimension is coming into effect.
I'm with you.
Amy says, Corey, you will have to ask him who is he?
Hey, you should have heard him. It was funny.
Well, I mean,
Man,
I hoot all the time out in my woods. And I've heard the mysterious 700-pound
yeah,
go on out here that reverberates through your chest and hurts your eardrums. Griff, hey Ryan, how's it going, brother? Griff, hit me up on Messenger, and I'll tell you there. If I say this on YouTube, I'll get in trouble. So I can tell you in Messenger, I need to do another Rumble Live. I haven't done the Rumble Live in forever, but I can talk about it more openly on Rumble. But in latent terms, all the good things that I've been talking about on Rumble and some other stuff is coming into effect. Everything you see happening right now with the tax changes, and all that stuff was things a certain person out of office, other certain people getting arrested, getting charged. All that is stuff that played into effect that needed to happen before this new thing happens. So we're literally seeing it happening right now, like I've been saying for the last 6 to 8 years. And from what I'm hearing down the lines, that's what's getting ready to happen. But I can be more open on Rumble or on Messenger than I can YouTube. So I have to be very careful what I say, bro.
I sure hope you're right.
It's looking like it.
I sure hope you're right.
Although I did have something new happen to me the other day, which sadly was the reason why I was so late to Jeff and their show on Old Line Cryptid. So you guys know me. I love football. Kansas City Chiefs. I've always been a Kansas City Chiefs fan since I was knee high to a grasshopper's ass. I mean, far as I can remember back, I've been a Chiefs fan. I don't like the NFL. I don't like what the NFL commissioner's doing with the NFL. I don't like what's happening in the NFL. A lot of the shit I've been saying that I think things are paid off and set, it's a drama, is pretty much being showed. I did
I
find
didn't
a
believe it either.
football league.
I didn't believe it either, but I do now, Eric.
Yep. I actually found a football league that is old school smash mouth football that I'm like, I am a new fan. And that's UFL, United Football League. And my God, that was why I was actually late to O-Line Cryptid the other day because I lost track of time because I was sitting there watching reruns of this year's season going, this is football. This was football. I love it. Dang, Eric, you were once
Old
level
school.
with a grasshopper. Yeah. It was a stinky situation, and their tobacco juice sucks, Ryan. What'd you say, bro? Sorry.
Oh, I found something the other day. Speaking of football, let's see. What is that?
Oh God, I lost all my football photos in the fire. That sucks, man.
That's I was 16, man. That's everything we ever won. A state runner-up title, a state champion title, all the district and everything, area titles and stuff. But someone asked me the other day, how many games did y'all win in all those years? And I said, I don't know. And they said, well, how many did you lose? And I said, in the 4 years I played, 7.
Yeah.
And they said, dude, how come you've never added up your wins? And I said, they've never mattered.
No.
You know?
Every loss is a yeah, Griff. Every loss is a learning experience.
That's right. I could tell you the score of every loss, but I could barely tell you about the games we won.
Dude, I miss playing. I was skinny, and my coaches tried so hard to make me a wide receiver. But my God, I loved being a lineman. I was offensive and defensive tackle. Dude, I was able to punch. I was skinny, but I was strong. Man, I was getting double teamed and triple teamed times because I could break through that and get to the quarterback. And that was my job. Was either I was guarding the quarterback or I was trying to take the quarterback out of the game.
Uh-huh. Yep, same here. Dude, did you ever head slap?
Dude, we were playing the Springfield Fighting Irishes one time, right? And I got clipped, which is illegal as hell in football.
Yeah.
I mean, I got clipped in the small of my back. And I looked at the ref. I was like, dude, you're not going to call that shit? He goes, well, I didn't see it. I said, okay, well, you don't see the next one then. Next play, man, I hit that dude square in the knees with my shoulder pads, took him out of the game. Never got called. Hey, Jeff.
They didn't flag you?
No. I told that ref, dude, you better not call what's about to happen next if you ain't going to call that one. And then like two plays later, man, I was running. You know, I was on defense. You know, we lost the ball, so I was on defense at this time. And I was going right after that running back who had the ball. And, man, I smacked him, laid him up. The football went up in the air. And I got hit about that time, done a somersault over this dude, was able to snatch the ball and hit the ground, and then 2 other dudes landed on top of me. I was like, fuck, that hurt, but it was so fun. But yeah, I called the guy. Huh?
I got the color knocked out of my vision one night.
God.
Yeah.
I've had the wind
and people say that you can't do that. Yes, you can. I was looking through a black and white TV screen for a good 2-3 minutes after it happened. And dude, me and my cousin, we hit this guy coming both from each side. We hit him at the same time. My cousin was real skinny and real fast. And dude, he was flying in and man, we made him fumble, but it knocked my cousin unconscious. On film, you can see my teammates trying to pick my cousin up, and he looks like a dead person.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're shaking him. But this is back in the 80s, you know, and they're shaking him, trying to get him to come to life again. And I got up, and I didn't realize we'd knocked the ball loose, and I was huddling everybody up for defense. And they were like, Corey, what are you doing? And I was sitting here thinking, I don't even know where the hell I'm at. You know, and I was trying to figure out who was who, but I didn't have any color in my vision.
Dude, I got hit so hard one time. I mean, I got my bell rung. I mean, all I seen was white stars and in black. I mean, I got my bell rung, but I got sandwiched in between two big guys. So I'd actually had swam through two of the linemen that were trying to block me, and was about to hit the quarterback, and then all of a sudden I just get smashed from two different sides. Oh my God, dude, I seen stars on that one. I got up a little wobbly, and the ref's like, dude, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I got this shit. Just give me a second. I was like, oh, that hurt.
Oh, Griff's got good taste in football movies.
Yeah. The original. The new one's good too, but the original,
and North Dallas 40.
The longest
man, that was way before its time.
Gridiron Gang, the longest yard. I'm sorry, a lot of people may not agree with me, but Varsity Blues.
That was all right, dude.
Rally.
Hey, man, a lot that happened to me happened in that movie. But I'm telling you, the one that hit home with me was Friday Night Lights. The movie.
Dude, that's a good one. Yeah. Dude, have you seen Kurt Warner's movie?
No.
They did about him? Oh, my God.
I've seen like the trailer for it. Looks pretty good.
Dude.
Did you watch it on
DVD? Oh, yeah. I mean, Kurt Warner, I believe he was the most underrated quarterback of his era.
He was stud.
Kurt Warner was... Dude, that dude could put up straight beast mode.
Yeah, man. How many points was that offense putting up when he played? Freaking 65 points a game.
He started out in arena football.
Yeah,
they would not draft him. He started out in arena football and made his way to the St. Louis Rams.
Dude, they didn't even need a defense. That offense could score so many points. They didn't even have to have a defense.
Dude, he was the Joe Montana of his era. He really was the Joe Montana. He did not get near as many Super Bowls as he should have. So,
dude, but Friday Night Lights, that's the same era I played, you know. And hell, I knew about Permian, Odessa when I was in high school because my dad sold plants down there in Midland, Odessa. So I'd make him drive by Ratliff Stadium when I was a little kid, you know, and look at it because it was the largest high school football stadium in the United States at the time.
Yeah.
And I had an aunt that lived out there.
Football is.
Oh
God, I loved football.
They almost got the death penalty, a high school program back in the 70s, early 80s.
Damn.
For recruiting. But where that kid sits there and he's got that black magic marker and he's taking his white high tops and coloring them black. I watched my best friend do that. You know, so much that happened in that movie happened. And that was crazy. But I emailed Buzz Bissinger, the guy that wrote Friday Night Lights, Eric, and told him what happened with my football team. And he emailed me back. I actually got a reply from him. But Eric, my coach got thrown jail the week before the state championship game.
That's bad, dude. I remember old Coach Willis. We called him Coach Chotch. And I remember every summer camp, gather around, you doggone yoo-hoos. Come here, you fuzz nuts. Do you think you played good?
Hey, what my assistant coach, he'd go, Corey, my mother's faster than you, and she's been dead for 22 years.
Dude, do you remember running the snake in full gear?
Oh my dude, God, I hated that shit.
Oh my God, dude, running the snake in full gear sucks.
Hey, my coach made me bear crawl the snake.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to bear crawl the whole snake. He had it out for me.
We always had to do 3 to 10 laps running the snake, and then we had to do 10 to 20 laps up the stairs of the bleachers. And then you had to do Froggers. God, fucking doing Froggers in full gear. Oh my God, that'll make your legs burn.
Dude, bear crawl the snake.
Yeah, I know. I had to crab walk.
Hey, from I was vomiting while I was bear crawling. Yeah. Man, these guys now could not play for my coach.
Oh God. Hey Jeff, you want to join in? Let me know. I'll put the link in the chat for you, bud. We're basically what today is the New Year, our version of bringing in the New Year's. So we're just having fun. We're talking about anything: cryptids, paranormal, supernatural, mythological, or just having fun.
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that UFL, dude, I'm starting to become a big fan. I'm waiting for this year's season to start because I want to watch it real time. I'm like, dude, because the way they play football is how we played football. And I was like, dude, my God, we finally got away from the NFL politics. I just freaking absolutely love that.
It's called Smash Mouth.
Oh, God, man. Straight beast mode. Straight beast mode. See, I always play. So I've ran track, I've played football, I played basketball, and I played baseball. And my two favorites has always been football and baseball. Now, I was good at track, I was good at basketball, but I excelled at football and baseball. I can hit that ball. I can straight crunk that ball and knock it out there. I rarely struck out. So I miss playing.
The Bad News Bears kind of ruined it for me because they always wanted to put the fat kid at hind catcher, right? I hated that.
Yeah. No, but dude, I remember the days of summer camp, fall camp, and playing, and my God, it was so fun.
I found something the other day, and it reminded me of something that happened to me. Where is that, dude? I got to show you this.
All right.
And it brought back a memory. I've got it right here. It's a 1988 Pat Jones football camp certificate. And dude, back then, let's see, 88, I would have been 15. They would let you lift weights with the players, with the college players. Mm-hmm. They'd be in there lifting, and you could, as long as you were strong enough to work out with 2 plates, which I could when I was 15, that you could lift with them because you didn't have to unrack a bunch of weight. But I was standing there, man, just looking around, and this guy goes, "Hey, you want to do some sets with me?" And I said, "Me?" And he goes, "Yeah. You want to come over and do some butterflies with me?" And I said, sure. It was Barry Sanders.
No shit.
Yeah. I didn't even know who the hell he was. I knew who Thurman Thomas was. But nicest guy ever, you know. And he goes, "Hey, you want me to lighten that up for you?" And I said, "Nah, if you can do it, I can do it." I got in there and I locked it, and I said, and I put it through about right here, dude. And I had to bang. He goes, "Here, let me lighten that up for you, big man."
So I had one of the most embarrassing experiences I ever had was in 6th grade. And my English teacher, I was never good at English. Spelling sucks, reading sucks for me. It's very hard. But my English teacher in 6th grade was hot. I mean, she was hot.
All ours were
And dude, so me and my slyness, this is 6th grade me. Now, granted, I'll be honest. I've been held back 2 years prior to this, so I was actually an 8th grader, but I was going to 6th grade. So me and my slyness during her time of showing videos wrote a letter to my 6th grade teacher going, "I really like you. Do you like me? Check yes or no." And I put it on the slide projector. And
Hey,
she calls
you
me
wrote one
to her.
from you?
She pulls me to the side. She goes, "I'm quite flattered by this, by the way, but you know I'm dating a Kansas City Chiefs player, right?" I went, "Oh, we're good, Teach."
I'd be like, "Can I meet him?" I'd have been like, "What's his name?"
All I could think was that big bastard's going to eat me alive.
The first thing I've done was said, "Man, who is it? Can you give me an autograph?"
Yeah, Roxanne. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing, man, because it took every ounce of my courage to write her that note.
What's that George Strait song where he says, "Do you love me?
Right. Check yes or no."
Do you want to be my friend?"
That's literally what I did. I mean, I didn't know better, but it was, I was what? God, how old was I in 6th grade?
Dude, that's just when your testosterone and everything starts kicking in, man.
I think I was like 13 years old when I
Yeah.
did that,
Yeah.
and I was so embarrassed though, but she was grinning from ear to ear. It's like, "I'm really flattered. You're a nice guy and all, but I date a Kansas City Chiefs player."
Hey, dude, if she hadn't been dating that Kansas City Chiefs player, you might have made the news.
Well, something happened in high school. I don't know if I want to get in that story or not. Really gave me a new outlook on things before I graduated.
Hey, man, I had like a 70-year-old female teacher grope me one time.
Oh, God, have you ever had your hand slapped by a ruler from the teacher?
No.
Oh my God. I had the same teacher that my Aunt Lisa and my mom had up in St. Joe, my 2nd grade. And she looked at me automatically and go, "Eric Testerman, are you related to Lisa and Brenda Testerman?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. And Lisa's my aunt and Brenda's my mom." "I can tell how this is going to go. I remember them two." So anytime I messed up, man, she was right there at that ruler and smacked my hands. I'm like, "Ah!" Your friend that used to sit in the back of the English class and spit tobacco juice in the dictionaries. I did that. I wore a coat all year round because in my coat I had a spit bottle, and we used to drink apple juice and coffee in high school. And so what I would do is I'd pour about that much apple juice or orange juice or that much coffee into my mug, and I pour the rest with Wild Turkey 101. And I would literally go to school trashed. And then if I wanted to go fishing and not school, I would walk in with a case of beer. And then I would get kicked out, suspended for 3 or 4 days. And I always got home before mom and dad did. So I learned how to forge my mom and dad's signature. So whenever I got home and checked the mail, I forged their signatures and took it back to school when I returned. So what I would do is get kicked out for 3 or 4 days, and then I would go fishing.
My mom was on the school board. I couldn't pull anything like that.
Oh wow, Griff. Main house said he's still laughing. Yes, it does, Roxanne. I had a friend who used to. Oh yeah.
Hey,
dude, have you ever got the paddle?
Hey, I didn't tell my dad. I didn't tell anybody about that old lady, that librarian groping me that time. Man, I was 17. It was no big deal. And anyway, someone said, "Well, why didn't you go to and tell the man? I'm not gonna make a big deal out of a 70-year-old woman doing that." And
no,
I didn't. Hey, I didn't tell my girlfriend from high school about it till years later. And man, she got mad. And I said, "What are you getting so upset for?" She goes, "She should never done that to you." I said, "Hey, we're grown. We both got kids, you know." And I said, "You leave that poor woman alone."
Yeah. This is the most excitement I've had in a week. Leave it alone.
Yeah, man, let that woman have that.
Love. It was pure love.
I look at it completely different, dude. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of that. My dad goes. My dad goes. You probably just need to keep that to yourself.
So, I graduated at 20 years old. I almost dropped out when I was 16 to get my GED and join the Army. But I ended up graduating at 20 years old. Well, my one of my teachers, my senior year, was 23, and I had 2 of her classes. I may or may not have had after school extra credit activities. Something may or may not happened, which caused me to make a very big decision on my future, because I was already going into the Corps by then, which led me to find out there was a part of her life that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was it was an interesting moment.
You'll have that.
It was
hey, Griff. Griff gets it. Griff gets it. That librarian needs love too, Corey.
Oh yeah. Remember that one kid that ate glue and paste?
Oh yeah, I can tell you what that. Hey, I remember her name was Sissy.
I used to freak out.
The girl in my class that ate glue's name was Sissy.
I've done it. I've done it for money. But I used to also mess with the girls in class because I'd put the glue on the palm of my hands when nobody's looking and wait till it dry. And I'd peel it off and it looked like skin. You remember doing that? And the girl's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Here, you want it? It's a part of me."
Yeah. Write a love letter on it.
Dude, I got in trouble in school so much, I'd get kicked out of the classroom. And as I'm leaving the classroom, I go, "They're coming to take me away. Ha ha, they're coming to take me away." Dude, I was so bad. I was so school bored me. I hated school. It was so boring that I found ways to entertain myself. And when I can make the whole class laugh while entertaining myself, it encouraged me to do more crap. Like me and 3 guys used to sit back in our history studies in high school going, "Bud, why Bud, why yeah. Shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Griff gets it.
He does. You know, and that's funny because the first person that ever told me that I should be an author was my high school librarian. I had accidentally left my notepad in the library, and I was writing, well, let's be honest, I was writing erotica back then. And I would always write erotica to a girl I liked, so that she would date me. Okay, this is how pathetic I was in school.
Dude,
It
I don't know
worked.
why I didn't think of that.
It worked very well, but it's
Well,
kind of very embarrassing when your librarian goes, "Hey, I have something of yours, and I've read it, and I have to say you're quite good. Have you ever thought about publishing these?" I went, "Oh shit." And my face just
so
turned beet red because, like, dude, they,
your
I mean, it
librarian
was,
was pretty cool too.
yeah. So, I mean, and it was no weak erotica. It was
Yeah.
very
Well, see,
detailed. Very close to what I've got written now on erotica book that I'm working on. That was my introduction to writing, and it was to pick up girls. Like
yeah,
boogers
see,
there.
I didn't
Yeah.
know at that age that they don't watch it, they read it. You know, I didn't know that
Yeah.
at the time.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I can't read my erotica on YouTube because I will get in deep trouble.
Yeah.
But it
You
worked.
were way ahead. You were way ahead of your time.
I thought I was pathetic because I was like, dude, I'm such a loser for writing this
You may have
stuff.
been,
But
dude,
how
but you
can I
didn't know you
stop and work?
were. You just didn't know you were a genius yet. Sounds like.
No, I didn't. It's more fun, really, when the passion is worded good. Yeah. Uh, gave up
See?
football to ride bull. Oh, dude, I did that too, Griff. Oh yeah, I did that too. I used to ride the local circuit. I used to ride the local circuit around here up until I went to the Marine Corps, and my command sergeant major found out I was riding. I forgot to lock up my secretary, the top part of my secretary, which is where I had all my bull riding gear. Well, most of my bull riding gear was up there. The rest was in my wall locker. Well, I had my rope out, my bell out, and had my rosin out because I was showing a couple of the guys what was going on. And I forgot to lock up a part of my secretary. And the command sergeant major and the BC comes in for the weekly field day inspection on Thursdays. And he's like, PFC Testerman, what's this? I went, uh, well, Sergeant Major, that's part of my bull riding gear. He goes, we don't allow that here, don't you? I can get you for structured government property. You know that, right? And I'm like, oh fuck, because I mean, bull riding is huge. I mean, absolutely huge in Hawaii, and that's one of the reasons why I got
Yeah.
in really good with locals was bull riding, and that's how a lot of the ladies over in Hawaii knew me was from bull riding.
Yeah.
Which is another story that I can't tell on YouTube, but there is an interesting story. It was oh my God, it was an interesting night. But it was led to the fact that them girls used to barrel race here in the United States and knew me from the Missouri circuit. And but that's how I got in with good with the locals was bull riding. But I was like,
Yeah.
Command Sergeant Major, I said, the Marine Corps has a bull riding team. So how can I not bull ride? He goes, we don't do that here. We absolutely forbid you guys to do that here. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that Griff leads into two interesting subjects that I don't know if it's mine or not. Let's say one incident involved a cattle chute, the other one consisted of a cattle trailer, and don't know if it's tied to me or not. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Griff. Yeah. You rode a Pendleton? Yeah, I mean, Marine Corps had a rodeo team, a bull riding team. But for some reason in Hawaii, we weren't allowed to bull ride. And that was the last time I rode, was over in Hawaii. I miss it. It was fun. I try to do it now, and I'm like, oh my, so Midnight Rodeo is a bar in Springfield. It has an electric bull. So every now and then I'll get that hankering because I know I can't get on a real bull no more. My body's too tore up, man. I wouldn't survive. So I used to get my kicks from reference to the movie 8 Seconds. Yeah, in a way. So I used to go down to Midnight Rodeo from time to time and ride the electric bull. And you can always tell the kids that watched 8 seconds because they'll get up and straight do the 8-second version of Lane Frost. And I mean,
wave their hand. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's literally. Straight up 8 seconds.
Hey,
and I would die laughing about that.
All right, boys,
last I known, yes, it was. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, they last about 3 or 4 seconds at the most. And I'd get up there, man, that thing's just a kicking and a kicking. And I'm going, and DJ's going, damn, cowboy, ride him, shit. And I'm just whop, whop, whop.
Was there a midnight rodeo in every state?
Is there?
Was it?
Oh.
I mean, that just wasn't Oklahoma that had them.
No, we had it here in Springfield. Give me
okay, then we had them in Oklahoma too. The midnight rodeo here in Oklahoma was in Altus.
No kidding. Ours was in Springfield, Missouri. Hey, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find my senior class picture, and you're going to laugh.
Dude, one of you other guys need to come on. Let me see what your ugly face looks like. Griff, Main House, one of you two. Let me see them ugly mugs. I think he's getting a picture.
Okay, I don't know where it went. In its place is now my boot camp picture, so I'm going to have to go through a bunch of pictures and find it. But literally, I'm wearing my belt buckle that I won at M&M, my cowboy hat, a nice fancy Garth Brooks shirt, and Wrangler blue jeans. And I had long curly hair. That was my senior class picture.
Dude, I got on one bull one time, and I was done.
Dude, I loved it.
I loved it. When you're 6'2", 280 pounds, just ain't built for it,
I got a question for all those people out there that think they know bull riding. What is the absolute worst bull? The absolute hardest bull that you can get on and stand on. And a lot of people ain't going to know this, but you would not think it by the size of this bull. They are the most difficult bull to stay on. So I'm going to see how many breed wise we got out there.
Breed wise?
Yes.
Well, I mean, to me, it don't get any better than Bushwhacker. I mean, whatever the hell he is. But
okay,
there was like a little black Angus. But then again, my pawpaw told me that what did he say? Those little jerseys are hell to ride too.
That's a good one. That's not it, but that is a good close second.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jersey.
Anybody else got a guess? Well, I'm a she, but still scary. Maine. Anybody else got a guess? What breed of bull is the most difficult bull to ride? Charlotte was the worst one I rode.
Charlotte?
I'll give you guys Charlotte. I'll see if anybody can guess it. I mean, this is the one bull that I absolutely, and many others absolutely either could not read or ride, but very few could. But
what are the milking?
A lot.
What are the milking cows?
Not a dairy. Yeah, not a dairy cow. is actually a Mexican bull.
Oh, okay. The
Them
bullfighting
little
bulls.
bastards. Them
Okay,
little. I mean, they are tiny. They
yeah,
are
I didn't think about
tiny.
riding those. I
My
just
God.
know about bullfighting.
Yeah. No. Oh my God, dude. That is one of the most difficult. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Corrienta. Yeah. The Mexican bulls. Oh
Yeah,
my
the Mexican
God.
fighting bulls. Man, them little son of a bitches are ornery. Hey, have you ever heard of Rex Dunn? Oh, bullfighter.
Yeah.
He's in the Rodeo Hall of Fame. He lived just 10 miles down the road from me. Rex Dunn. I mean, this dude has been into some. Woof. You talk about one tough son of a bitch, Eric.
Yeah. Says that will turn me into a dance floor with a trip to the hospital. Oh my God. Yes. Dude. Oh my. We used to have a place out there. Hey, Don. We used to have a place out here called Cowboys 2000. For $50 a night, you can ride 2 bulls. So I like to ride there because the cash prize was about $500 to $600 for first place. So I used to spend $50 when I wasn't riding the circuit and would ride at Cowboys 2000. You think you're, yeah, dude, you know what I'm talking about, Jeff. Yeah. So I'm up there one night and there's this hot filly. I mean, this hot filly that was sitting there, and me and her was kind of talking. Well, my name got called up. Eric, Billy the Kid Testerman, come on up. Okay. So I come up there and I said, hey, honey. I said, give me a few and I'll be right back with you and we'll continue this conversation. I've got this bull and another one after I'm done with this other one. So we got another 30 or 40 minutes. We can go outside my truck for a little bit and then come back to see who wins, you know. So I go and I get on this bull. 5 seconds, I get knocked off. So I'm pissed. You know, I'm pissed. I mean, I drove a good Charolais bull. I mean, it was difficult. Nobody rode that bull that night. So I'm running because, I mean, this dude is hot on my ass, and I'm just running for all out for the fence. About the time I grabbed that fence, I got hit in the buttocks, and the horn came up around, picked me up, and I'm still holding on to this fence. Get flopped over this fence, and I land right in her lap. And I just looked at her, and all I could say was, hey, long time no see. How you doing? That was all I could think about at that moment. Oh my God, I hurt so bad. I mean, that dude literally hooked, got his horn up and under me, sticking out about that far from between my legs, picked me up, and my dumb ass could not let go of that fence. Hey, Carl. And it would not let go of that fence. And I did. I could went head over heels, whoop, boom, right in that girl's lap because she was sitting front row watching me ride. It was embarrassing, but kind of cool. Led to a good night. It was embarrassing and pretty damn cool. Lucky that horn didn't go up. Yes, Dawn, I've seen that too many times. Oh my God. Griff, you rode a longhorn once? Oh my God, that'd be fun. Scary as hell because longhorns are mean bastards. Oh my God. Some of the best cattle you can have. They're the most hardy cattle around. Some of the meanest damn cows there is out there is a daggone longhorn.
I had one of them worthless son of bitches one time. They're a pain in the ass.
Man, I always thought a good combination for Missouri would be Longhorn and Angus. So you got the good quality meat, but you got the hardiness of the Longhorn.
Man,
They cut the Longhorns after me. Wow. Huh?
They'll find grass under a foot of snow.
Dude, they can eat sage grass and still taste good.
Yeah.
I mean, a damn Longhorn can survive off little to nothing. So I always wondered. Okay, give me 1 second, Jeff. I've always wondered if the combination of Angus and Longhorn would be good. There it is,
what
buddy.
What would you call that?
It's in the chat. Huh?
What would you call that? A mix of Angus
Dude, I don't
and
know,
Longhorn.
but when I was in college, my major was wildlife management, Missouri conservation, and I minored in bovine and equine. So we've raised Angus. That was the cattle. We were beef cattle. I've worked dairy farms. Hats off to the dairy farmer. I can't do that shit. I mean,
Man,
that's
that's
a
some work.
24/7 an hour job.
That
Oh
is
my
work,
God.
work, and some more work.
Sweet Jeff. Yeah. I mean, I'm a beef guy. You can feed that beef once in the morning, once in the evening. You ain't got to worry about them the rest of the day. Them guys grow fat on the grass while you're waiting.
Yeah.
yeah, main house I was. But it Griff says mix Angus and Longhorn. Bad times, dude. It is what you call it. But you think about it, I mean, Angus, hands down, Angus is one of the best tasting beefs on the market. There ain't no better tasting beef than Angus.
There isn't.
Angus has got phenomenal marbling, and they taste so good. And
you can taste the difference
Longhorn, huh?
You can taste the difference in Angus beef.
Oh, you can. Now, Longhorns are hardy, survival cattle. I mean, they literally can survive on little to nothing. So I was like, man, I think that'd be it. And they're good eating. I mean, they're good eating, but yes, they are lean. So I always wondered if that combination would be a good one. Herefords ain't bad, Don, but we've always raised black and brown Angus. And that just the marbling on that is just phenomenal on Angus bulls or Angus cattle. It's just the hands down, even in judging, Angus wins all the time. And so I was like, man, Missouri, you got so much hot and cold. What would be a good combination? So that's why I always thought, man, Angus and Longhorn. My favorite bull rider is JB Mooney. But grew up in the PRCA
JB's
circuit.
The best.
My family, yeah.
JB's the best I've ever seen, hands down,
dude.
Hands down.
Bull riding nowadays is, oh my God, bull riding nowadays is so different, so different. Back when I used to do that,
but JB's old school.
Dude, you passed up on riding a water buffalo. I would have so done that. Oh my God. I'd probably still do that just so I did it. I may hurt like hell for the next 6-7 months. But by God, if I had a chance to ride a water buffalo, I'd do it.
I don't know, man. Them things kill more people than crocodiles, dude. Like racing them, man, that would be fun.
You only live once, man. You only live once. You know,
Tough Murray.
Go out and style.
You mean Tough Hedeman?
Just a furry elephant. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, man. Riding a buffalo. I always thought that'd be fun too. I never got to do that. Jim Shoulders rode a long time. I was cousins with Tough's friend. Tough Hedeman and Lane Frost's friend.
Yeah, the one that wrote the poetry.
He was known as he was known as the poet cowboy.
Yeah.
My God, why is his name slipping my mind?
I can't think of it either, dude. And I would have known it just like that.
But I was friends with his cousin, and needless to say, she grew some pretty good broccoli. But it was so fun hearing the stuff. You know, she was talking about her cousin. God, why can't I remember his name?
Dude, I should know it just like that, and I can't.
Yeah, he's known as the cowboy poet. I did too, Griff. I did too. I've noticed that a lot in the PRG. Anyways, in the rodeo circuit now, everybody wears a vest and helmet.
Not JB.
Oh my God.
JB didn't wear one.
No kidding.
Hell, he'd get up there with a cigarette in his mouth and a cowboy hat on, dude.
No, so one thing that really upset Cody Lambert. Thank you, Amby. Yes, yeah, Cody Lambert. I was friends with his cousin. what was her first name? I always called her Lambert. I can't remember her first name, but I was friends with her in high school, and I still think about her from time to time. But I was good friends with her, and God, she used to let me read letters that Cody wrote her and the poems that he would write. It was so cool. I mean, it was so cool. And yeah, Cody Lambert was, dude, that guy was awesome. Oh, let me scroll down. Give me a second. We'll put old Jeff up on the screen image.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Milkman?
What's going on?
Cheers. Chris Ledoux was a great bronc rider and singer. Yes, Garrett. Chris Ledoux was a phenomenal bronc rider.
Funny story about Lane Frost. I was actually born like a week before he passed away in '89.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought you was around my age.
No, I'm 36.
Shit, me too.
Damn, I feel old. Hey, Miss Lene, how's it going? Dude, I mean, that was the era I grew up in. And, I loved it. I started rodeoing after Lane Frost, but that was the era that I rodeoed, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I mean, just so much fun.
I always refer to myself as a poorly paid rodeo clown because some of these dairy cows we have will roll you around if you're not in the right.
Dude, they will. I have worked dairy farms mucking stalls when I was 14 years old. I know, Roxanne. I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Not much.
A lot of times,
since then.
Dude, a lot of times they're good. They'll let you go by, but every now and then you get that one. You get that one, and they're just a big a-hole. Big a-hole. But man, I was always a beef farmer. I mean, like I said, hats off to dairy farmers. I couldn't do that shit. That's 7 days or 24 hours, 7 days of your life, you're sacrificing. You don't get days off, you don't get vacations.
I'll be chalking some here in the morning for the herd vet. So
yeah. Now, do you still do the old school practice that you keep if you say you bought some new ones to bring in, you didn't have enough babies to fill in, do you separate them for a quarantine for about 2 or 3 weeks?
We don't ever buy any.
So, you don't? Okay.
Now, we might buy some extra beef cows to supplement our bunch once in a while, but not very often. If we do, we'll do that. But we rarely ever bring in anything from outside.
Dude, it's so difficult. I mean, it was difficult back in 80s and 90s when I was doing that shit. But nowadays,
I'll be right back, guys.
So many. Yeah, Corey. With so many untrustworthy people, it is so hard to go, hey, I'm getting a good quality beef or I'm getting a good quality dairy because you just don't know.
Well, the thing that a lot of people don't know about beefing out animals, I can take a damn Holstein and fatten it up, feeding it corn silage.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll knock your socks off.
We used to a week before we took them to the butcher, we'd feed them straight sweet feed. You get them fed that straight sweet feed a week or 2 weeks before butcher, and the marbling is just phenomenal. It's not too much, it's not too little. I mean, it's perfect. And that's what we always did. Now, we learned that from my great-grandpa. My great-grandpa raised beef cows his whole life. I mean, he was punching cattle back in the days of Jesse James. So, I mean, he knew his beef cattle.
Yeah, that's the trick we learned off him. It's one particular breed that you got to have to get good beef out of it. You really don't need one particular breed. If you know how to feed them. Yeah.
Don has a question for you, Jeff. Do you sell ribeyes in your store?
Oh yeah.
That's a good cut.
Yeah, we sell ribeyes. I'll tell you one of the best cuts of one of the best animals we ever fattened. It was actually a Jersey cow.
Mm-hmm. My great grandpa had one. That was his bull. He would
Well,
mix Jersey and Angus.
this was actually an old Jersey milk cow, and she was getting to the point where we couldn't breed her anymore, and she was so fat that we're like, I wonder how that would be if we took it to the butcher. So instead of hauling it to the auction, we hauled it to the butcher, and it was one of the most tender. I mean, I couldn't get over how good this beef was out of this old Jersey cow. Damn cow was like 7-8 years old.
The two best bulls my great grandpa ever had was a Jersey and a oh my god, Bodacious was that breed. Jersey and a
Brahma? Was it?
Yes, Brahma.
The Brahma, yeah.
Yeah. That was the two best bulls he's ever owned, and the meat of them that he would produce with the other cows was just off the good, or just off the hook. I mean, it was so good. No, I've not tried Highland, Roxanne. Roxanne wants to know, have you guys tried Highland cow meat? No, I have not.
No, and my father, it's funny because I'm actually wearing a semen hat from the semen company right now. But
Yeah.
At least I get something good out of it for free out of that.
So when I minored in bovine and equine in college, artificial insemination was part of the program. I can't talk about that on YouTube.
Everybody
Hats off to the guys who do
like,
that.
When I tell them, what are you wearing? I was like, that's from the semen company.
We would have to collect semen from the equine or the bovine. That is, hats off to the people who can do that without even thinking about it, because that is probably one of the most embarrassing things I ever did in college.
I had a friend that when she was in college, her major was pigs, and she had to collect pig. So,
yeah. Oh, that little screw. Yeah. It's a corkscrew. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's a corkscrew.
We used to raise pigs. I know all about the corkscrew.
We used to laugh about it all the time.
Yeah. Don, Highlands are showing up around here too. I've got a state trooper in the area that I maintain in the county I work for. Griff, that is putting it very lightly, buddy. And the process, how do I put this nightly?
It's an electric charge.
Yeah,
it's
an electric charge.
Interesting,
it's shocking.
Brings a whole new mindset when you're, because you literally, collect it.
we had a neighbor that they kept bulls, and the vet would come collect them, and like, good Lord.
Hey, for those of you who drink those energy drinks, the Red Bull, look at the ingredients on it. And look for taurine. Y'all know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Taurine.
That was used and it's still used by muscle builders to this day because of the potency of that protein.
That's what they draw out of the bull.
Yep. You can actually get it in the pill form.
Just so you know what you're drinking.
They literally turn that into a pill form for muscle builders.
Yeah. They put it in your drinks and that Red Bull too.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, do any of y'all keep up with the bullfighters still? Like
not much. Real quick. I just realized the time. Everybody on the East Coast, Happy New Year's. It's 12:17 your time. So Happy New Year's to you guys. It's 11:17 my time, so we still got a little bit to go before my New Year's is up.
I literally just realized that before I got on here. I'm like, oh, it's after midnight.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Happy
I
New
figured
Year.
this would be a fun New Year's tradition. I really thought this would
I
be a
fell
new.
asleep and I was like, well, I guess I can get up for a little bit and wait for it to happen and then I'll go back to bed. But
All right, Chief.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
All right.
Before,
there's a dog.
what do you got, bro?
Hey. Somebody wants to get some camera time here.
Oh yeah,
Well,
All right, bud.
Elvira's that way.
I'm glad mine aren't
Okay.
harassing me now.
Dude, every time I do a live, this sucker's got to get up and get in the camera.
Well, that damn beagle I have, he's got to get up in my lap and crawl around and.
Dude, I had a friend that had a beagle, man. Those suckers they're a handful.
Well,
you know.
This one's lucky that I haven't gotten rid of him. He's pushed me to some limits that
Dude, hey man, I would never have one. There's no way I got the patience for one of them son of a gun.
Time after he ended up in the state park and I had to go pick him up from the Humane Society because he decided to chase a deer all the way over into the. I don't want to tell you how many places I used to find him. You know how many phone calls I get on like roads, like 4 roads over? Hey, we found him for you. I'm like,
yeah. 12 miles away.
And I'm like crawling over. There's been times I've been over here trespassing on a neighbor's property, crawling through brush and shit, cussing him, carrying him over my shoulder.
Well, there's a reason they hunt foxes with them. You know?
Well, he was he's a badass rabbit dog, but he gets on a deer or a fox, I might as well just let him go for a while till he gets tired and comes back because everybody's like, you worried about him? I said, no. I'm not lucky enough for something to happen to him. He'll come back.
So one time when I was countywide as a sign guy, we got our new 226 truck. So I drove the brand new 226 around doing sign work. I worked the northern half of the east and west side of the county. And I had a new guy with me. He was a seasonal at the time. He's a full-timer now, but he was a seasonal at the time. And we're going down this road on the west side of the county. And I look up and there's 6 longhorn cows coming right at me. And a bull just swinging his head, just pissed off the world. I'm like, dude, I don't even have 100 miles on this truck yet. And we're being surrounded by longhorn bulls. How am I going to explain this to my boss? Hey, you know that brand new truck we just got out that I'm breaking in? Well, I broke it in a little too good. He didn't hit our truck, man, but I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. I was like, only in Missouri. Amy, one time in band camp, because I used to play the trombone in band. Just a little side note. There's the reason why I joined band and home economics, and it was very fruitful for me at the time.
We had a buffalo farm over here.
Oh God, dude, that's what I miss about Kansas.
Well, we had a buffalo farm here, and the buffalo, one of the bulls got loose or something, and it was headed down. It was headed towards like the main road or somewhere, and one of my buddy's dad was trying to keep it off the highway, and the state police hadn't got there yet. And if I remember the story correctly, he had his F-250 sideways in the middle of the road with a 30-06 over the hood. And finally, about the time he was about ready to put it down, here comes the state troopers. And they're like, sir, we can't let you shoot it. And he's like, why not?
Amy, honestly, I don't have a band camp story, but I do have a church camp story.
Oh boy.
I had an interesting time at church camp.
I was laughing
Yeah,
listening to you about getting chased to the fence earlier because I had that same thing happen with a Holstein
dude, it
steer one
sucks.
time that got too big.
Oh God, yeah.
We had this old trailer,
Oh,
and it was before we got our new one, and I left it parked over at the neighbors because they had a Holstein. Good God, he must have. They bought him off of us, and I castrated him for him. But I'm almost wondering if he partially slipped a band because he was a little more aggressive than he needed to be, and I was trying to get him loaded, and finally we had coaxed him up onto the trailer one night, and I was. This was around when I was still kind of uh, in some trouble with the state for some, you know, underage partying activities, and I was technically supposed to be at someone's office, but I was late. But we won't get into that part. But I got out of it because it was the last time I was supposed to go after I was laying there on the ground breathing like I was about to die. But I went in there to close the gate, and I told the guy that had tied it open, had bought the steer off. I said, "Don't tie it so you can't close it." Well,
yeah.
I run around there and I get up at the back of the trailer because he had walked on. And when I say this Holstein steer was probably every bit of 2,000 pounds, I'm not exaggerating this. We usually beef them between like 1,000 and 15. He was probably going over 2. He used to crush full size gates.
That's a big son of a
Regular
bitch.
pipe gates. Yeah, just the old muffler pipe cattle gate. He would flatten one of them things with just looking at it. And it was only a little bitty bumper pull trailer, and I got him up in there. Well, I don't think he realized that I was behind him until Dingus over here is trying to untie the gate, and I said, "Just cut it." That wasn't exactly what I said, but you know, and he's still trying to untie this knot, and finally old Mac turns around. That's what we called him, Big Mac. Well, he turns around and sees me, and I'm like, "Oh shit." I take off, and all I could hear is I could just hear hooves behind me, and I'm like, "Just make it to the boards. Just make it to the boards."
He's trying to get in your back pocket, wasn't he?
Yeah, he tried to get my back pocket. Fortunately, I dehorned him, so he wasn't doing anything like that. But he's coming, and I hit the boards, and about the time I hit the boards, his head hits the boards as soon as my foot got to the top. And I just kind of toppled off of the damn thing. And then I was laying on the ground and got that phone call, and she goes, "Oh, never, just have a nice day. Consider this over with." Because the woman was she used to rodeo, so she was like, "Yeah, I get that."
Hey, I had to jump up in the damn rafters at the vet clinic one day when we was working steers. We had one sneak back in on us and come in and torpedo on us, and they turned and they said, "Corey." And I just had enough time. I didn't have nowhere to go, man. There was nowhere I could go. I happened to look up and see the rafters and jumped up and grabbed them son of a bitches and pulled away from him at just the right time, dude. And I said, "Woo!" I said, "That was close." And they said, "Man, that'd been funny if them rafters would have broke."
We were hog hunting in Tennessee one time, and I watched a guy climb a tree because a hog tried to snap at him. Yeah.
William goes, kind of hard, milkman, to run with your ass squeezing your ass cheeks. We had this short horn brown Angus We called her Miss Bitch because she was a bitch. So we called her Miss Bitch. That was her name. One of the best breeding cows we had. I mean, she put out some damn good calves.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get off here, guys.
All right, Corey, you take it easy, brother. Thank you for coming on.
All right, we'll see you.
Man, now says you're all killing me, my ribs. So, anyways, my buddy Mark Bennett and me, we're going to go out night on the town. You know, it was a Friday night. And I was like, yeah, I said, man, I got some chores left to do around here. I got to slop the hogs and I got to feed the cattle. And I said, then I'll be ready. He says, okay, I'll be there in about 30 minutes. I said, perfect. I'll have all this done in that time. So I got the hogs mucked and, or slopped. And then I went out to feed the cows. Miss Bitch had, hey, Flat Rock, had pinned me up. Good night, Mr. Lene. Had pinned me up against the hot wire fence and the barbed wire fence. And I'm sitting there waylaying the hell out of her, trying to get her off of me, but she was too focused on eating.
Flat Rock.
And my buddy Mark came up. He's like, dude, what the hell? So he came up with a 2x4 and he tried to get her off of me and he missed. So I grabbed the 2x4 and I started smacking her on top of the head. She finally let me go and I crumpled to the ground. I took after her with that 4x4. I was so pissed. She never came within 50 feet of me after that. But oh my God, that hurt so bad. Oh my God.
We had a heifer and it was a Holstein because mainly up until we started doing some beef, we mainly just had Holsteins and Jerseys and a few Swiss. Well, I was in the heifer pasture one day in the breeding lot, and I was on the phone, and this nut job that we used to have, I can't remember what her number was, but I don't even know. We used to cuss her. I don't even remember if she had a name, but she come up behind me and knocked me down into this tree, and I grabbed a stick that was about, I don't know, 8 foot long. It was probably about 4 inches around, and teed off on her and snapped it in half.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of stood there and looked at me, and I said, I think I'm going to find my way to the other side of the fence now. So I went back, stepped over the 1-strand hot electric, and went about my business. But when we were trying to get her bred, my father, he goes over there to check him, and we'd always have to go along and look at him. And he had him in the headlocks. Well, somehow she knocked him down while she was locked up.
Oh, wow.
I think he broke a rib, and we still kept her until she got to calving age, and when she calved, somehow she broke into the office in the barn and got locked in the office. And
oh no.
Mom and I come over the next morning to start, because Dad hadn't done any of the milking in years. He'll come out and push them and stuff, but he can't stand on those grates with his back and everything. And this has been, good Lord, probably at least a good 10, 12 years ago. We walk in there and I see her sticking her head out of the office window where the window is supposed to be. Well, she got in there and got tangled up in the medicine bottles and stuff and ended up slicing one of her teats.
Oh.
Off.
Oh.
Yeah. So we had to, yeah, we ended up selling her.
Yeah, Udderbomb ain't going to fix that. Udderbomb is not going to fix that.
I've seen it happen, man. It's
one of the worst nut busters I ever had was I always helped out on the sale barn when we was there. I was always too bored to wait around for the auction. So I always went out back into the stockyard and I helped at the sale barn. And we had this Jersey. This Jersey was running her through.
As I was at that age.
Oh God, I went up and I slapped her on the ass trying to get her to move, and she kicked. Oh my God. I was going to, I puked. I mean, I puked. Oh my God. That hurt so bad. She got me here and there in the mommy and daddy button. And, oh my God, dude. I pissed red for about 2 days and I puked. It hurt so damn bad. Hey, Native, how's it going?
My buddies
Movie
and I
Black
used to
Sheep.
go. My buddies and I used to get drunk and go get on some of the try to ride some of the heifers in the heifer barn, but I never went and rode on them because I knew better. But our one friend Sam, this was how we entertained ourselves sometimes. He jumped on one day, and he lasted on that 500-pounder for all of about, I don't know, 5 seconds maybe, and it threw him off, and his tailbone landed on that concrete. And the rest of us were rolling around on the ground laughing because he couldn't walk straight for a week.
Dude, that hurts. That is a whole new level of pain. I mean, I'm starting to hurt just thinking about it again. And that happened when I was 15 years
I'm
old.
going to be 40 in 4 years, and everything I used to do makes me cringe.
Yeah. I'm getting a kick out of Jeff's comment here. It says walking around the stock show with a hot shot, all the angry young ladies. Me, my dad, my uncle used to chase each other around MFA. And MFA is Missouri's Farmers Association. So we have MFA out here. We would chase each other around a store until we got in trouble, hitting each other with the hot shots. Oh, it was so much fun.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is William said this is definitely for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. I mean, we used to have a lot of fun, just a lot of fun when I was younger.
I tell you,
I can't believe it.
I feel sorry for the people that didn't grow up doing what we did because, man, it was entertaining. I got locked in a porta pot. Somebody shoved a pitchfork under the door handle one night at one of the local fairs. It took me forever to get out of that bathroom.
Sorry, I'm replying to Native real quick.
We used to constantly, just mess with each other when we'd be at some of these cattle shows. I mean, it got bad. Sometimes to the point the authorities would get called.
Dude. William says, I grew up running buffalo herds for about 5 years. That's what I miss about Kansas. When I was stationed in Kansas, when I was in the Army, oh my God, they raised buffalo herds in Kansas a lot. And buffalo meat was cheap. Oh my God, that is so good eating.
Well, the thing about running livestock, it's just not a job. It's definitely a lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to turn that on. Let's see. Main house says my granddaddy had hot shots he would terrorize us with. Oh God, my dad used to use a bullwhip, and he got me good on the side of the cheek right here one day.
The barn truck that I drive around in has one in the back window at all times.
Do you remember going to high school with your deer rifles in the back window?
I never had them in the back window, but I usually had one on the back seat.
Oh God, I had a rifle rack in my back window all the time. And I had 1 or 2 to 3 rifles in their back of there all the time. We used to go to school and the teachers would be like, oh, that's a nice one. You want to see mine? Yeah. And they pull theirs out.
I went to school in the early 2000s, and that was when they started getting weird about that shit. So I didn't carry anything in the rack anymore. Now, if I wasn't there was something in the rack usually. But let's be honest, the racks that I had were kind of shitty, so I usually just ended up putting them behind the seat.
We always had the good metal ones
yeah.
that you can tighten up, and I mean you put them right in the crook of that back window, right in that seal, and they stay.
I had a good set of those plastic ones, but unless you could physically fasten them in there, it was kind of hard to keep them in there. One time I was coming out of the back field and had to reach back and catch my 1100 because the one of them came loose somehow. That was exciting.
I had to do that once, bridge jumping, running from a certain organization because I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do. And I came across this bridge and went, oh shit. I mean, it was one of them old school wooden planked 2-row bridges about 15, 20 foot long. I was like, oh, this is going to suck. So, I mean, I got my hand up just in time to hold him in my rack when I Dukes of Hazzard that damn bridge. Holy shit.
Well, I'm glad I only had my 1100 in there. I didn't have to catch two of them.
Hey, Monisha, I had a 79 Ford F100 Ranger with a 400 V8 big block. I mean, I made farm truck cool before farm truck was cool.
That was
God, I had fun.
The one I had then was a 97 Dodge 1500. It was a 2-wheel drive, but it was a V6 manual. Mm-hmm. Man, do I miss that.
I had a 76 Dodge with a 318 in it, and you could not take off touching the gas pedal. You literally had to let that truck take off on its own because it would just sit there straight roast the tires. And that was back when you can get 4 used tires for $25. So burning tires was never an issue for me. I mean, I got in trouble. Like I went and signed up. It was my junior or senior year. I was signing up for school classes, so I was down at the high school. So I had to it was senior year because it was my senior hello to the school. And I just sat there and roasted my tires. I mean, I had smoke covering the high school. And my principal came out and says, what the hell are you thinking? I can kick you out of this school right now for doing that. I was like, but I'm not in school. School don't start for another month. And he goes, I don't give a damn. I'll kick you out for the first month. Don't you? I mean, he just chewed my butt for that.
Damn, Nighthawk had a 3-tier. How did you get a 3-tier gun rack in a back window, Nighthawk? I didn't think you could fit 3 of them in the back window.
Yeah, they used to have mine. Ones we always got had 3 different hooks on them. So you always faced one in one way.
I'm part of that newer generation, so we only got 2.
No, ours back in the day, that's what you got was 3. So
wow.
you can never face them the same direction. You had to off kilter them. So if you had one facing left, the second one had to face right,
and then this way.
Yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't fit. So you had to off kilter them when you did it.
Well, don't even get me started about gun safes not fitting all the stuff they're supposed to. We won't get into that discussion, but
you can't find. Man, the last one I had was plastic, and it would not stay in the back window. That's when I stopped getting them.
Yeah, that's one I had. It was plastic.
Yeah.
It was plastic. But I got a new safe, and I got to call Winchester and see what the hell the deal is with the electronic combination that they sent me that doesn't work. But good thing I have a backup key to get in there.
Oh, shit.
You can't get the stuff to fit. If it says 36, you're lucky if you get maybe 25 in there. But depending on how you arrange them and the smaller ones, the pistols you can fit better, but long guns, it's kind of like a game of Jenga or something, trying to get everything inside of there, and you put a scope on it. Next thing you know, nothing fits. So it's a pain.
Oh yeah, man.
Honestly,
I always kept a 22, a 12 gauge, and at least one deer rifle in my back window because you never know. I may be needing to go horned squirrel hunting one night,
yeah.
so I need my deer rifle, or a turkey may somehow get under my vehicle, so I needed a 12 gauge, or was stopping me from being able to travel, so I needed a 12 gauge.
Griff's got it right. 36 22s, baby.
Yeah. Or you never know when a tree rat may decide to want to attack me. So I needed a 22 for a tree rat.
Yeah, I usually have the truck armed depending on the time of the year. So this time of year, it's got larger implements. The rest of the year, it'll have at least one shotgun and a 22 Magnum because that's normally my varmint removal system.
Yeah. No, it's fun. So I asked Corey this earlier. So
I just finished up cooking a big pot of bear stew in there.
Oh, dude. I ain't had bear meat in a coon's age. That is so good. Oh my God, that is
some
so
left
good.
From last year, and I just finished cooking it. I wanted to get it done before tomorrow.
Yeah, William. Yeah, tree rats can be vicious, man. You got to be careful with tree rats and
You got to watch out for that chicken of the tree.
Dude, my little baby brother, my half brother, his dad was the only dad I knew for a long time. My own dad don't even claim me. But me and him was riding in my 79 one time. And I look over and there's 4 coons in this guy's yard. And hey, Griff, you take it easy, buddy. So I looked at him. I said, "Hey, you want one of these coons?" He's like, "Yeah." So he thought I was going to pull out one of my rifles and shoot this coon. Man, I opened up the door to my 79 and I started going, and I can't. That old boar bowed up and started coming towards that truck, and I reached down. He started climbing the pasture seat of my truck. He says, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I said, "You wanted that coon? I'm going to throw it in your damn lap." He goes, "Oh, God, no. Get out of here. Get out of here." Oh, I about peed myself laughing so hard.
I hit a possum one night on the way home from my girlfriend's house. And I threw it on the back of the old flatbed Dodge 3500 we had at the time, and I came home. And I got back and I said, I got out of the truck and I looked on the bed and I'm like, "Where the hell's the damn possum at?" And I looked up on the back rack on the window rack and the damn thing was climbing over the top, and it was like on the roof of the truck, man. I'm like, what the? So I grabbed the baseball bat and paid it a visit, but I had to uncurl him from the top of the truck. He was stuck on there.
So this is like an embarrassing moment for me. So I used to have a trailer that sat down right where my old one is right now. And my parents were gone. I'm 17 years old. And I may or may not had a filly, a pretty young filly at my house in my waterbed. And I hear the chickens going nuts. And I'm like, "Oh crap, what's going on?" So I said, hey, hang tight. I need to go out and see what's going on with these chickens. I'll be right back. So I grabbed my 50 caliber CVA mountain stalker. Yeah. I grabbed my 50 caliber CVA mountain stalker. I put on my boots and cowboy hat. Yeah. And bought it for $150 brand new. I love that rifle. So I put all I'm wearing is my boots and cowboy hat, and I go out to the chicken coop. I mean, this is like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I open up this chicken coop, and there's a damn coon in that chicken coop. I was like, you little bastard. So I kicked him, and he came after me. And I'm hauling ass like, oh, shit. And my trailer had both the front door and the back door on the same side of the trailer. So I ran into the front door and I hauled ass back down the hallway. She's like, what's going on? I said, I'll be right back. And I hauled ass out that back door. That coon caught on to me and found out where I was and came after me again. I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm just hauling ass and I climb up this tree. I'm like, I'm going to fix this because I wasn't thinking dumbass coons can climb trees. So I'm up there holding this 50 cal trying to get a beat on this coon just boring down on my ass. And I went, oh, shit. Because he started climbing that tree. And all I could do was click, boom, just it went, and just that's all you see. It's just I was like, oh shit.
One night I had a similar incident when I was still married. I walked out, I locked the chickens up, and I walked in the house. I come back out, and I'm like, what in the hell is that ruckus I hear coming from the corn crib, which is where I used to keep all of the birds before I got a couple different spots to put them in. I'm like, what the hell is that? I walk over there, and I'm literally wearing like a pair of Crocs, my underwear, and a T-shirt or something like that. And I open the door, and there's about a 30-pound raccoon sitting on the floor in the corn crib, and I'm like, shit. And I threw the door, and I ran back to the house and got my Beretta A300 goose gun, loaded it with some 3-inch magnums, and walked back out into the. It's pretty funny because you could see me on the security camera in a long sleeve T-shirt and my underwear with a 12 gauge heading back to the corn crib.
I tell you, man,
yelling obscenities the entire way.
Coons are good eating, but man, they are vicious little a-holes.
Well,
I mean, you get a good old boar, and he'll fight you for your breakfast. I mean, they're just.
I was putting holes. I put some holes in the side of the corn crib that night.
Oh shit!
The first couple times I tried to shoot him because he was right above the door, and I blew a couple holes through the wood there. And then I only had one shell left, and I decided, all right, we're getting up inside with him. And I stepped up in there, and I'm looking. I'm like, where the hell did he go? And I turned around, and he was about 5 feet away from me and over top of the door frame. And I lifted the gun and had about this much space between me and him when I touched it off. And I damn near blew him through the wall when I shot him.
Oh shit!
It was
William said, "Did you guys hear about the guy claiming to have seen a taxidermy Bigfoot in an exclusive private organization?" Yeah, that came out about a year ago, didn't it? Within a year time frame.
I've heard stories like that. There was another one I can't remember. I think it might have been in what was that? In William Sheehan's book. What the hell was the name of that? Bigfoot Sightings and Encounters, where he saw one in a taxidermy shop that looked like the taxidermist was working on.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, this guy's like a really rich, really rich dude. He has his own private taxidermy museum, I guess you can say that only a select few can come down in there. And he invited somebody in one time, and they're like, holy crap, what's that? And he goes, that's a Bigfoot. I shot it. I can't remember where it was.
Kind of like the polar bear that attacked the guy in Roadhouse.
Yeah. Or that I'm trying to chance that alleged incident down in person. Oh yeah, let me know if you find out. But let me know, is that the same one you're talking about, William? Because that's the one I recall. Hey, folks, give me a minute. Jeff, you can share some stories you want. I just realized we got 8 minutes till it's 12 o'clock my time, so I'm going to go grab some Australian blend from the fridge real quick.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to be fancy for New Year's. I have to stick my pinky out and go,
I've been
pardon me,
drinking.
do you have any
I've been
grape
drinking
fun?
$14 a gallon rum. That's what
Well, I'm out of Red Apple and I'm out of Angry Orchard. So I'm like, do I want to grab the very last of my mead or do I want to finish off this bottle of Australian?
You know,
I
I've
was like,
never had
God,
meat.
oh, it's so good.
I know.
It's
I've
so
heard.
good.
I've heard.
Well, in that case, I'll grab the mead. I'll be right back.
So, how's everybody doing tonight? I wasn't even planning on doing a live tonight. William, I've drank enough on some New Year's to feel like the ghost of New Year's past.
Well, I am wrong because a certain somebody that recently moved out of the house done her typical routine and emptied something and left an empty bottle in the fridge. So I have no meat left. So
She must like that meat too.
she does. So I'm stuck with a yellowtail from Australia.
So do they make can you buy it or is it normally homemade?
So up until they recently closed, I had a local brewery called Leaky Roof that's won a lot of championships with their meat. And that's where I was buying it. Now, my next go-to is I go to a store called Macadoodles, and they have a brand called Viking Blood. Yellowtail Unreal, yeah. I don't know if I'll get in trouble, so I'm going to show. That's what we got that we're going to finish off the new year with. So there's a local store called Macadoodles. Macadoodles has that Viking Blood, and it's good. It's good. It's good.
My thing right now is, I mean, occasionally I'll drink tequila, but right now it's either this Admiral Nelson's $14 a handle rum, or I get I buy Benchmark, which is the cheaper Buffalo Trace.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got what I got left is I got the Yellowtail, the
I don't drink wine. I used to. I used to drink wine.
Marcy, I don't know. It's 11:56 my time. I've got hair under half a bottle of Rebel Kentucky Straight, and I got a half a bottle of JD left.
You know,
Rebel.
I could never do JD unless it was like Gentleman Jack or so. The old number 7 and I never got along. Now, Jim Beam and I was a different story. We got along wonderfully, but something about the charcoal in the JD, I just can't. For whatever reason, I just cannot. Now, Yeager and I got into way too much trouble back in high school.
Oh, my devil is Wild Turkey 101. I had such a bad weakness to Wild Turkey 101. I would take a sip of that and I'd start going. I mean, it just, whoo, it warms the soul. That was my vice. Moonshine and Wild Turkey 101. Now it's Wild Turkey 101 and mead.
Well, I still drink beer occasionally. I've got some in the fridge, but I hardly ever touch it anymore. And
Yeah.
I've got mainly just rum and bourbon, and that's about it. And then there's that half bottle of tequila in there. That occasionally you'll see the dreaded Fireball, but
oh god, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I got some of that too. I just thought I got some of that too.
As my buddy David from Oregon would say, fighting ball.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I still got. So a couple years ago, I was at a bikers lingerie convention. We'll just leave it at that. And I won second place. And oh God, Mad Dog! Oh my God, William, Mad Dog 2020. Ooh, that's
you
so
weren't
hard.
you weren't the one wearing the lingerie, were you?
No, not far from it, but no. But I got second place. Leather and lace. That's what I was trying to think of. Leather and lace is what it's called. I was trying to remember the name and I couldn't remember. So that year I won second place. And literally, okay, I was wearing my cut and I was wearing pants of some style. But I also had a bunch of roses sticking out all over me, and the girls were buying me all night, sticking in my cut.
That was my way costume. More fun than I did back when I was there.
Yeah. And
I spent more time. So I won more time in the woods. That was
dude, Boone Farm is good, Roxanne. So I won a heart-shaped thing of Fireball. So I still got some of that left. The next year, I went wearing my cut, a pair of jeans, and I had I had Grogu, Baby Yoda, Grogu. Oh, Happy New Year's Central Time, everybody!
Happy New Year!
I just realized it was. Cheers!
I still got a lip in.
But so I had Baby Grogu in a satchel, wearing that around, and I won first place. And I will not describe what I won that. That's still in my drawer in my bathroom. It's interesting.
Interesting. This is definitely what we call an after hours show.
Yes. I'll admit I have not tested it out yet, but I have it. It is.
Well, I'm sure I know what kind of apparatus you're referring to.
Yeah.
I
got first place in the male individual contest. A friend of mine, she got the first place in the female individual.
The men's version of the wet T-shirt contest, were you?
No, we usually do hot buns. We at rallies, we usually do the hot buns contest. Yeah.
I was never in the biker. I was never in the biker crowd, but I knew enough people in the biker crowd. So
let's just say I have not bought a pair of beads for a rally in 10 years. Because if I run out,
you still go to any of them?
Not as much as I used to. Mainly because of money, biggest thing. But I always go with my kilt, and I run out of beads. I wear my kilt traditionally, and I earn a lot of beads back. I haven't been to a rally in a couple of years.
You haven't met our other co-host Chad, but he has several kilts.
I have my traditional Wallace clan kilt, and I have my black Riley kilt.
He got married to his current wife wearing a kilt. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. They actually came up to visit a couple months ago. Jerry and I got to have dinner with them, and that was fun. But
well,
he's from Ohio.
I can tell you,
they're in Tennessee now.
Yeah. I can tell you firsthand, if you don't tuck a kilt right on a motorcycle and you wear your kilt traditionally.
Why are you wearing a kilt on a motorcycle?
Okay, that's an interesting story. That's an interesting story. I have a very good brother that I've known since I was 16. Now I'm affiliated. He's not affiliated. And, but he's been my brother since I was 16. He's the one that gave me my road name. My road name's Giggity. Yes, after Quagmire.
Why am I not surprised?
So we were partaking of adult beverages and broccoli one night. And we always make bets with each other all the time. And I said, hey, I bet I'll ride a kilt through town traditionally on a motorcycle before you do. He goes, okay, I'll take you on that bet. You know, of course, there's always something. I don't remember what was tied to that bet once, which is the same reason why I rode around Marshfield, Missouri in a Minion costume on my bike once, because, yep, I won that bet too. So we're heading to this rally, and we stop in Stockton, Missouri, and it's close, which is funny because I've actually got a picture of me in my kilt with my leg up on my motorcycle in front of an engraved Bigfoot. So I got that picture, and I'm in my Wallace clan kilt at this time because I didn't have my black one for the rallies at that time yet. So we stop at the gas station. We're soaking wet. I mean, it rained on us 2 hours before we got there. And then, so I go inside. Oh, hell yeah, Don. I go inside, I change my kilt, and I come out, and he goes, oh, crap. I'm going to say the exact word he said. He goes, I lost. I said, big time, buddy. So the next 40 miles to this rally, I'm riding in the kilt. I get a quarter away through Stockton, Missouri, and I realized I didn't tuck my kilt right.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going through Stockton, Missouri, and this little kilt's just up. I'm like, script.
So you're like the oversized male version of what's her name walking over the grate with the dress on.
I don't know that one.
Marilyn, I forgot. Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've also got a certain costume I can't talk about on YouTube that I like to wear. Needless to say, there's quite a bit of pictures and videos of me at rallies.
I have a feeling I know which costume you're referring to because we live next to Cecil County, which was which was one of the last strongholds of that particular group back in the day. And let's just say my dad, we were driving down the road one day, and we'll see if I'm close to this because I think I am. We're hauling cows up into PA, taking one to this vet hospital. And Dad goes, he looks up this old gravel trail going up this hill. And he's like, the wizard used to live back there. And I'm like, the wizard? He's like, yeah, you know. I'm like, I played dumb. I'm like, no, Dad, I don't. And he told me, I was like, yeah, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's, man, I've been a part of this life for a long time, between family members and friends. So, I mean, I've had some interesting times, done some interesting shit. Like I about made my buddy wreck one day because I've got a Indian Scout. That's what I'm riding right now. And when I first got it, he was up in front of me. And I'm like,
I love them.
Oh, dude, I love it. Oh, I love it. But he was riding my old 99 750 Shadow Ace, and he was up in front of me. And I did this on purpose. Now, me and him's always doing something to each other when we're riding. So this time here, I was sitting behind him, and I let go of the handlebars. I reached back, pulled out an arrow, pretend like I was pulling out an arrow from my back, and I was shooting arrows at him going down the road. It's an Indian riding an Indian. And he about wrecked laughing his ass off about this. It was funny as hell. I scared the shit out of him one time. The very first bike show I ever won, me and him was going to it, and I was on an 05 750 Shadow Arrow. And I won first place at the bike show. We get under this overpass, and it had loud pipes. I mean, I had a trash intake on it, Vance and Hind pipes. It was loud. So I get under there and I pull that clutch in. And he thought he was getting shot at about a machine gun. He damn near pissed his pants and fell over. He's like, holy shit, I thought I was being shot at, because we was in a neighborhood that it might or might not be known for that type of shit. Oh, God. Yeah, you dress for the ride, or dress for the slide, not the ride, Don. Oh, yeah.
I went to I went to a viewing for a friend of mine that was a 1%er, and he's a little younger than me.
Yeah.
He had he overdosed, and I knew a bunch of the family, and we went there, and it turned into an interesting evening because apparently there was some beefs going on the following week, or the previous week, I'm sorry. And didn't know at the time when I walked in there was a guy standing outside leaning on what I originally thought was a cane, and I'm thinking, why is that guy carrying an axe handle? Well, apparently he was waiting on somebody to pay his respects that evening, and it turned into a fiasco in the parking lot, and EMS and the sheriff's office arrived. Well, actually, the EMS didn't have to arrive because it was at the fire hall. So, well, you saw a lot of bicycle leather all stand up at the same time and take off out the parking lot after this certain individual. And let's just say I think he probably did not have a good evening after he decided to do that at the viewing.
Yeah. So I'm not a 1%er. I've had a lot of family, a lot of friends that are. I'm not. But I've been around it. Hey, take it easy, Roxanne. Thank you.
Yeah, that was an interesting night, to say the least.
Oh my God. So back in my not so reputable years, I was at a party. Don't know what all took place during that party. I remember the first part of the party. About 8 hours later, I don't know how I wound up in this other location, but I'm in another location, partying some more. 150 miles from where I originally was. Don't know how I rode there. Don't remember the ride there. Don't know what insisted on all this shit. Honestly, there may or may not have been some nose candy involved, along with some other stuff. End up being one big ass party from where we was to where we ended up. And when I kind of came to my senses, I was in my birthday suit out in the middle of a river with some other people. Yep.
And we have officially gone off the rails now.
Yeah. That was back during a very, very dark time in my life where I was not the best of people. It was not really. But I asked Corey this earlier, so I'm going to ask you. I know we're a little late because we got sidetracked on a bunch of other stories. What is the new year looking like for Old Line Cryptid?
Well, I mean, we're slowly approaching our 75th episode. Beside our beards and boogers, which is our goof off show, but we're at about between the two shows. We don't do it all the time. I mean, we're probably up to about between the two. We're about up to 95 episodes, and we got some stuff planned for the year. I mean, a lot of our episodes, like last night, you got to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to find more local people, or stories from people that nobody knows, and we're hoping we can get some more local guests. I'm really going to start trying to get onto that, and I think it's going to be a fun year. I'm planning on trying to go to Woodwalkers is supposed to be having a meet and greet in LBL in the spring, and I'm going to try to get to that. But we've definitely got. I mean, hell, we don't we never know what we're gonna get into, but I think this year's gonna be a good year. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys ain't that far behind me. I think I'm up to episode 97. I
Yeah.
think was my last one, if I remember right, on the Bazaar. I think I'm was up to 77 on the campfire chats.
Yeah, because
And then I've had
we started around the spring of 24, and
yeah.
so we're getting there.
Yeah, I started December 3rd of 23 is when I started, which I do most of these shows by myself, but I love bringing people on from time to time.
Yeah.
I plan on doing more. I put a couple investigations on hold I've got right now because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my knee surgery, which I talked to my nurse. I've got to go in tomorrow now. Technically, it'd be tomorrow to get the new knee brace that I'm supposed to have to gain some stability in my knee until I have my surgery. And then the actual orthopedics is waiting for the images to figure out what type of surgery I have. But they said I should be back on my feet within 6 to 7 weeks. But as soon as I get that done, I've got a paranormal investigation at the Union Camp Cemetery, the charity schoolhouse, and I've got to get back down to a certain area on that that werewolf investigation I'm on. When I done the initial investigation, trying to get the feel of that area, when I actually got ran out of the woods, one of the few times I got ran out of the woods, and that's because something was very old, very very powerful, supernatural was there, not what I was there looking for, and I was not set up to guard myself against that. I didn't know if it was a werewolf or a dog man, but I'm a firm believer it's a werewolf.
Well, there's only ever been 2 times that I've been ran out of anywhere or thought it was time to go. But one was the first time I had my first Bigfoot encounter that I know of, and the other time was West Virginia turkey hunting with what I think was a dog man. But I ain't going back to that place in West Virginia anymore. Although I'm planning on getting over to West Virginia again to my buddy's place because he lives not far from that incident that guy was talking about last night. That's how I ended up meeting the guy. And we're going to go back into that holler and try to do something sometime this year. I don't know when. Whenever random weekend Pat's over there at his family place, we'll ride out and go back into Barton Ridge and see if we can catch something around that cemetery. because that's where it happened. There's an old country cemetery. It's about 7 miles back off the main road, and in this area called the Devil's Featherbed. I don't know who the hell comes up with these names, but between that and trying to get to Kentucky to the LBL this year, I'm sure we'll do some other stuff. I'm hoping to get up to Gettysburg to Michaud State Forest again this year at some point. I went there back in the spring, and the weather was terrible. We couldn't do a whole lot of audio or anything at night because the weather was just the 2 or 3 days we were there was just rough. I mean, we had rain one night, the next night the wind, the freaking fog came in, and I couldn't even see my truck 20 yards from me in the damn thermal.
Yeah.
Spring's
DA
a rough time. Spring's a rough time.
DA and I. Yeah, it is. And DA and I was supposed to do a paranormal investigation of Wilson's Creek battlefield here in Springfield, Missouri. Good night, Maine. And which is a very big Civil War battlefield. And I've seen some interesting stuff in there. And that ended up leading to Pea Ridge, Arkansas. And I've been through there on my bike and have literally seen, I don't know if it was Confederate or Union, but I seen a Civil War soldier peeking out of behind a tree with his rifle when I was riding by. But sadly, injuries, finances, I wasn't able to get that set up because it's going to cost a lot of money to do an investigation there. But it's also not guaranteed. So I was like, man, I don't, I told DA I'll front the money, but between vehicles and other stuff that happened, I just didn't get a chance to do it. So I'm hoping to be able to get us out there next year. DA's been on one paranormal investigation with me, and that was the Shade Beaver Bar and Grill, which was a really good one. But yeah, I've got more investigations I'm trying to get up and going. I've got odd things going out here. I'm trying to figure out what they are. In the last couple winters, I've had a mimic-like thing messing with me out here. Oh, okay.
I've been thinking about putting out some glyphs and stuff back here to see if I can get anything to respond to it. Because I know I'm pretty sure I had a booger coming through about a month or two ago. I heard some knocks out in the power line at night, and I've we were talking about ghost stories. I got a guy that I talked to a couple years ago that works up in Gettysburg. And I wish I could get him on the show, but I haven't seen him in a while, so it'd probably be hard to nail him down. But he works for one of the farms out there that bales hay on the battlefields at Gettysburg. And he was going back to one of the fields after they picked up the bales one night to get his Ford Excursion to take back to the farm that night before he went home. And he got in his truck and started driving, and he looks over, and he had a Confederate cavalry officer sitting in his passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like the Gettysburg version of David Allan Coe's The Ride, basically. he had a Confederate in his passenger seat, and he drove him back to the farm.
Sorry,
that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with paranormal, supernatural, and cryptids most of my life, man. I've seen some weird stuff out there.
He said,
and I love
doing those in the passenger seat for the entire ride back, almost.
Oh God,
that apparition was sitting there, and he could like see all of the buttons and the insignias and everything, and he called a buddy of his when he got back, and he asked him, he said, "Hey, was there a Confederate encampment over there on so and so road?" And he goes, "Give me about a half hour, I'll get back to you." And he went and pulled up some of his maps and stuff and calls him back, and he goes, "Yeah, why?" And he told him about what happened, and he's describing all the stuff to him, and he's like, "Yeah, you gave a cavalry officer a ride."
Mm-hmm.
That
I've not. Good.
That was crazy. I mean, you could tell he was. You could, and he was a biker too. I mean, he was a big dude, and you could tell when he was telling me about it, he was like, he was messed up over that. It was
Unreal says, Eric, other than seeing with your physical, have you experienced hearing and feeling? Yes. Most of what I deal with Unreal is hearing them and feeling them. Full body apparitions are extremely rare. Partial apparitions are rare. Full body is extremely rare. Most of the time, if you're going to get an apparition, it's going to be a partial body or foggy. That's going to be most common apparitions that you get. 90% to 93% of what you get on a paranormal investigation is going to be sound and feelings. So every time I go into a place to do an investigation, I do what's called my initial investigation, and it's not foolproof. I've learned that lesson the hard way. It is not foolproof, but it generally gives me a good idea of what's in that area. Am I dealing with something paranormal? Am I dealing with something with supernatural? Am I dealing with a cryptid? What type of cryptid I'm dealing with? And it's all based off of feelings. So when I go to an area and I'm getting ready to do an investigation, before I bring a team out, if I do, or I go do a full bore investigation, I always go out and I feel what's in that area. Now, I've had an instance before where I went to a place to do a paranormal investigation, and it felt like paranormal. So I didn't take no protection with me. I was just like, it's paranormal. I'm not worried about paranormal. I don't need no guards. I don't need no magic. I don't need nothing to protect me. I'm good. And about halfway through that investigation, I found out that I was fooled, and there was something very evil, very, very evil in that building. And that was probably one of the scariest investigations I've ever been on, because I didn't have my medicine bag. I didn't have my rooms. I didn't have anything to protect me against this stuff. And I was there by myself. So yeah, that's going to be most of what you're feeling. Yeah, I've been slapped. I've been scratched. I've been punched. I've been pushed. I've had my hair pulled. I've had furniture thrown. I've had other objects thrown. I mean, I've had all that type of stuff done on investigations. The last one I got when I was doing my neighbor's place, I literally felt it, brush my cheek. It was actually this side. Sorry. It was this side here. I said, "Did you just touch me?" And a few seconds later, I got an EVP that said yes. Feeling like fingertips brushing quickly against your back. Yep. I've had that happen one time. The physical contact. Yeah. And you got that invisible spider web. The invisible spider webs happen a lot in paranormal. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that the invisible spider web is tied to paranormal, but with my experiences, I think they are. David says, "Have you ever heard of June bug like clicking on the ground?" No. I mean, I've heard them smacking up against the house, getting tangled up in my hair, trying to fly up my nose, taking one to the throat, doing 120 miles an hour, but never clicking on the ground. That sucks. You take a June bug to the throat at 100 at a buck 20. Oh my God, that sucks.
Or you get stung by a yellow jacket or something while you're driving down the road. It flies in the damn window of the truck and get.
And I was hammering this curve one time, and I had my feet laid out over my pegs, and I had a bee go right up my pant leg and hit me like God. I don't even remember how many times, all the way up my leg, right in the middle of a curve. Oh my God, that sucked. But yeah, that's mainly what you feel. You know, when you always orbs. People love orbs. Now I'm going to tell you, I like orbs more in the wintertime than I do the summer, spring, summer, or fall. And that's because orbs is going to be one of four things. It's going to be dust, it's going to be insects, it's going to be paranormal, or something supernatural. Now, like in the Springfield Commercial Club investigation I did, when I had that orb fly over my EMF detector, and my EMF detector lit up, that's an orb. When I had an orb fly at my camera and it lit up my night light, which only lights up when something physically gets in front of it, that's an orb. Wintertime, it's either going to be dust or paranormal or supernatural. So I get more excited about orbs in the winter than I do spring, summer, fall, because there's too many variables. So it has to really do something for me to go, that's an actual orb, and not dust or insect, spring, summer, or fall. In North Wisconsin, our crawlers use June bug like clicks to track you on the ground. I didn't know that. Glad you don't have that mimic sound around you. They are dangerous. They only come around in the wintertime, native. And I have heard it. Last year was a little further out. It wasn't directly on my property. Then came on my property and left. This year, I've heard it off in the distance, but I have not had it on my property yet. I think that's tied to Moon Valley, which I don't know if it's Moon Valley leaking out in my direction, because Moon Valley's not far from me. So I don't know if it's that evil leaking out into my area, or because I was doing some digging around and I got told by certain people that I need to leave that alone. And that's why. I don't know. Oh, hell yeah, man. So I can't tell you. I can tell you there's something evil, extremely evil at Moon Valley. And Moon Valley is one place that I refuse to go alone. I mean, during the daytime, I might chance it, but I'm pushing the envelope pretty damn hard, even in the daytime, going to Moon Valley alone. That's not really a place I want to go alone. There is something very evil, very, very evil at Moon Valley. At a certain point in my life, I began to be definite in ways with any of those unexplained things that happens to people. Maybe definite isn't the right word exactly. I just don't give it. Yeah, you have to be careful. The other night when I was on Jessica's show, I was approached by something again. And that's when I grabbed my medicine bag, because I knew it was something supernatural. So if I'm going in a place that there's a lot of paranormal activity, I take my medicine bag with me. This is one of my protections against it. But there's some things that even this is not enough. And that's why I always say, I mean, I've got to get me some more protection. I will do like you see me do, where I do hand signs of runes and combine them as protections. They work. They're not as good as if they're actually up there, but they will help in the time of need. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you got to do. Paranormal is okay. Supernatural, that's not anything you want to mess with.
Yep.
We had a lot of missing people disappear near that area. Yeah, I mean, and that happens here a lot too, Native. People don't realize the amount of stuff that happens here in the Ozarks. Ozarks, man, if we're not the hottest spot around, we're damn near the hottest spotter around. There is so much weird stuff that goes on here in the Ozarks. If you're an investigator, you're never going to run shy of something to investigate here in the Ozarks. Never. I mean, you can pretty much go all year round doing investigations and find something.
Well, I think I'm going to get out of here, Eric. It's approaching 2, and I got to get to sleep for a little bit before I
I was about to.
Cows.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to close it up too. Any last thoughts? And I appreciate you joining me. If you guys love this New Year's deal instead of the traditional New Year's, you want me to do it every year, let me know. I thought this was something different, something fun. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. It's just, to me, it's a different way to celebrate. I don't go out and drink. I don't go out and party no more. I pretty much stay here.
No,
so if you guys like this, let me know.
I'm the same way now. I can't. I'm too far along to be doing that anymore.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I thank you for joining me. It's been fun. And I hope, like I said, I appreciate it. Well, I'm glad that my deal worked for you. I got a chance to get on here earlier. Yes, there is native. There absolutely is. So everybody, thank you for joining me. Congratulate Jeff. He's one of my new mods. So I'm very thankful for that. It's awesome. Man, once again, thank you for coming on. Thanks to Corey too. My other mods that's been on here, Corey, Roxanne, William, thank you guys so much. Hey, Kawhi. Oh, no worries, bro. Happy New Year's to you too, man. It's recorded, so you can check it out later if you want. I get it. To all my new subscribers, I'm growing every day, and I'm blessed. Thank you guys so much for coming in and listening to this old hillbilly. We have a lot of fun. I love doing this. I really do. So make sure you like, comment, and share. Go over and give the milk. Oh, I forgot. I got it changed to the correct way. Go over and check out the Milkman on Old Line Cryptids and Beards and I'm sorry, Jeff. What was that other one? Beards and Buggers. Go over there and give them a like, subscribe, and follow. Let them know I said howdy doody. And you won't be. I love it. Tuesday I was late because I got caught up. I've lost my love for the NFL, but I found a new one, which is the UFL, and I was getting caught up on some stuff, and I went, oh shit. So I had to switch over to your channel real quick. So you guys had an amazing witness come on Tuesday. I was very impressed with what he had.
And he's a young guy. He's only 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys hop over there.
I've been out to that spot too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys go over there, give him a follow, give William a follow, and everybody else. Thank you again for joining me. Happy New Year's. This was actually a lot more fun for me than every New Year in a while. So I appreciate you guys. As always, peace, love, and blessings. And we'll see you guys next time. So thanks, everybody.
See ya.